At Auschwitz, people were not called by who they were reduced to a number. When prisoners arrived at Auschwitz-Birkenau, most believed the registration process meant they were being processed for labor. They did not yet know that Auschwitz was the only Nazi camp where prisoners were permanently tattooed. The tattooing began in 1941, when the camp administration struggled to identify bodies after mass deaths from disease, starvation, and executions. Clothing was removed, exchanged, or stolen. Paper records failed. The solution was brutal in its simplicity: mark the body itself. At first, numbers were sewn onto uniforms. That system collapsed quickly. Prisoners died faster than records could keep up. So the Nazis turned skin into documentation. Prisoners were lined up. Their left forearm was stretched out. A metal stamp with needles punched the number into the flesh. Ink was rubbed into the open wounds. There was no anesthesia. Infection was common. Children were not spared. Each number was entered into camp records. From that moment on, prisoners were required to respond only to their number. Names were forbidden. Calling someone by their name could result in punishment. Guards did not see people, they saw inventory. The numbering system followed grim logic. Early prisoners received simple numerical sequences. Later arrivals were marked with letter prefixes identifying groups: Jewish prisoners, Roma prisoners, and others deemed undesirable by the Nazi regime. For many, the tattoo became a sentence that followed them beyond the camp. After liberation, survivors faced an impossible choice. Some tried to remove the numbers. Others kept them visible, as proof, as memory, as defiance. The tattoo that once erased identity became evidence that the crime had occurred. Survivors later said the most devastating part was not the pain of the needle, but the moment they realized they were no longer addressed as human beings. A name connects you to family, history, and dignity. A number exists only to be counted. The Auschwitz tattoos were not random cruelty. They were part of a system designed to strip people of identity before taking everything else. And decades later, those numbers still speak even when the voices that carried them are gone. If stories like this matter to you, like the video and subscribe to Past Forward. Remembering these details is how history resists being erased.